Everybody wants to make $20,000 a month as a creator, and they think the way to do it is to get lucky. Go viral, post more content, hope that somebody clicks. But let me stop you right there. The people making real money online, they're not doing more, they're doing less, but better. They built the machine, not a content farm, not a brand, not a hype cycle, but a machine that takes attention and converts it into trust that cashes out. Like I've made over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K. And in this video, I'm gonna break it all down and show you the real path to making $20,000 a month as a creator without being a guru, without being viral, and without needing a team of 12. Most broke creators are stuck in one of two traps. They're either waiting for their audience to grow before they sell, or they're trying to monetize before ever helping anyone first. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll just probably get caught up in one of those traps. And you'll probably just keep on thinking that more content is the answer when that's not the key at all. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, by all means, feel free to click off of this video and turn into one of those burnt out content creators that end up making YouTube videos about why they quit making content. But look, I gotta keep it real with you. If you're not making the money that you wanna make yet, it's not that you need to make more content, it's that you haven't built enough proof yet. Proof that you solve a problem, proof that your stuff works, proof that you're worth listening to. Forget your subscriber count. If you can help 3 people get results and document the hell out of it, you're ready. That's the new credibility. You don't need to be famous, you need to be effective. And the first step to doing this is that you need to stop trying to solve everything. Creators who win pick one painful problem that their audience has, and they solely focus on solving that so well, and I'm telling you, that prints money. And that right there is the key to everything. You need to turn one painful problem into one offer. Let me show you the difference. Here's the broke creator. I talk about mindset, business, self-love, and building routines, and has 600 videos posted with no offer. And here's the wealthy creator. I help new freelancers land their first 3 clients in 30 days, and they make $20,000 a month off of one offer that slaps. You see the difference? You don't need 5 products. You need one offer that solves one problem better than anyone else they follow. Build that, name it clearly, put a price on it, and this is where creators stop creating content and start creating cash flow. And here's the 20K a month move. Once you have an offer that works, you build a system around it. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. Right? You want to be focusing on building a system for yourself so you can do the work once, implement it into a system, and your system can be working for you 24/7, 365, so you get your time back, you make more while working less. This is what we need to be focused on, and we have to take our time away from our actual income so we can actually scale our income. So creating a system for ourselves removes our time from our actual income because the system is going to be doing the work instead of us so much. And a part of your system that you want to create is a funnel. Now, a lot of times in the digital marketing world, when people say funnel, people, they're thinking of some type of software, right? But when I say funnel, I'm not talking about a software. I'm talking about an experience that you take somebody through, from introduction to you, from consumption to when they purchase something, the whole customer journey. And I hate how basically one guy in this whole digital marketing space coined this term funnel to build his software company, and now everybody, they think that funnel is a type of software. No, a funnel is an experience. It's a journey that you take your customer on. So in our funnel that we're going to create for our system, so let's say that this is a funnel, right? We're going to have 3 categories to our funnel. So we're going to have top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Now, the top of funnel is for awareness. This is when we give away something for free that actually has some value to get somebody aware of us, right? So on this level here, we want to get people to know us. And that's like 99% of people's problems, is that they're good at what they do, but nobody knows that they exist. And that's because they're not focused on giving away anything for free that actually has true value to get these people to know you at the top of your funnel. And this is where your content comes in, but you can't just give away just any type of content. You need to make your content prolific. I have something that I coined in my business that Anything that I give away for free, even if it's just a simple YouTube video, I don't give away anything for free that I know that I couldn't package up as a product and sell it for a profit. It's not a coincidence when people let me know in my comments that my free content is better than other people's paid stuff. Like, people literally tell me in my comments quite frequently that they've learned more in my free content than they have in other people's courses that they've spent thousands of dollars on. That's not by mistake, it's by design. And then in our middle funnel here, our prime objective is to get people to like us, because like attracts like, and people start to get a belief in themselves that they can see somebody that they like doing something that they would like to do. And you start to trust people, which is what we're focused on in our bottom of funnel, because people buy stuff from people that they know first, then they like, and then they trust. And from a monetization standpoint, this same funnel here, right? The top of funnel, where we give out our free content, that free content builds that know, like, and trust factor for us, to whereas then our middle of funnel, we can have our core offering, which is going to build belief not only in our audience, but in ourselves also, because we're going to see like, oh, I can make some money with this. Like, oh, this is possible. And then the bottom here, you can scale, whether that be with something that's more expensive or something that's recurring, right? But there's a lot of people that are just starting off right here, just trying to go straight to all the big money, but they're not starting at the top of their funnel to funnel people down into a model where they can actually make some money, because they're just skipping all these steps. They're skipping all this right here of getting people to actually know, like, and trust them through their free content. And then at each level here, between your top level, middle layer, and bottom layer of content within your funnel, you need to meet your audience on where they are with the level of awareness that they have to you. So if nobody's aware of you and you're getting them to know you, well, then a lot of how-to content, it works for that, because there's a lot of people on the internet looking for how to do something. But that just means that they know you or they learned something from you. But how do you get them to like you? Well, that's where storytelling skills come in. Talk about your story. Talk about things that you've overcame to connect with those people, so they can be like, oh, I've experienced those similar things. I like this person. I can relate with them. And then to build this trust on the bottom, because you've already started to get them to like you. So it's not going to take that much more work to get them to trust you. You can use case studies, or you can talk directly to their soul about things that you know that they are personally going through right now. And these videos here, they're not going to get the most views. You're not going to get a dopamine hit, or like, oh man, this one blew up for me. But the right people that are repeatedly watching your content over and over and over and over again, this is only for them. This stuff is not to build an audience. This stuff is not to grow a subscriber count. This is just to build that connection with people, to let them know that you are there for them. But when you think like this, every single piece of content becomes an entry point. Every post becomes a warm lead. Every story becomes a sale. You're not just a content creator anymore. You're a strategist with a system. And that's how you scale from basically nothing to maybe a couple $1,000s a month to $20,000 a month without any team. Or chasing reach and trying to go viral by doing a whole bunch of stupid, goofy looking stuff on the internet and just posting content nonstop every single day, multiple times per day, just trying to chase the trends. No, you don't need to go viral. You don't need to get all the views. You just need to get the right views. And here's where most creators blow up their own momentum. They start to make like $5,000 a month. And instead of doubling down, they try to add 3 new offers. They change niches and they rebuild their brand. Look, stop rebuilding brands and stop pivoting and start stacking. You don't need a new niche. You need to optimize the one that's already working. So instead, you need to add automations, upsells, downsells, cross sales, repurpose content to drive traffic to one funnel, build case studies and testimonials, refine your pitch to make it stupid clear. And when you're thinking like this here, then all of your content will be stupid clear, because look, this whole game, and it's very simple. Remember, We're focusing on solving one painful problem for our audience, right? But even when I say audience, you don't need to think audience in order to get to a multi 5-figure per month income, right? To hit that 20K, you only need to be thinking about one person within your audience, which is going to be your avatar. So a lot of creators stay out here and they're trying to speak to everybody, but when you try to talk to everybody, you don't talk to anybody. So once you're only focusing in on your avatar, you make that content right here only speaking to that avatar. You make that top of funnel, that middle of funnel, that bottom of funnel content only speaking to your avatar. So then a platform like YouTube, the algorithm starts to categorize your content and you become a trusted authority within the space, to where they will use their organic traffic sources, which will be the homepage. You'll start to show up in search results. You'll start to get recommended on the side of YouTube, right? People, they'll start to hit the little share button at the bottom of the YouTube videos and then start to send out your content and share it, right? YouTube will start to use its organic traffic sources to put you in front of more people that fit your avatar's profile. Towards then, you have your offer, your digital product that you have crafted solving that painful problem for your avatar, which will lead to them getting your digital product, which leads to you getting the money, which leads to your avatar getting their transformation. Because think about this. If you are focused on coming up with one solution to one painful problem, what is that solution to them? Once they get it, they will receive their transformation. They will get their desired result, which then will lead to people becoming an evangelist for you. When I say evangelist, I'm just talking about an ambassador. That's how you start to get that word of mouth, right? That's when you start to get those testimonials. That's when you start to get people saying like, yo, you changed my life, to where you can use that evangelism or that good word of mouth or those testimonials, which will lead to more people getting your digital product right here. I'm telling you, this here is a system. Once you add this stuff together, this funnel framework with these flywheels right here, you start to get what is called a flywheel effect. Now, if you're not familiar with what a flywheel is, a flywheel, just think of a wheel and just say that it takes some effort to get the wheel going. But once that wheel starts moving, baby, that wheel, it just starts churning. And it just starts churn, baby, churn. And I don't know why churn, baby, churn just came into my head. But if you've seen the Fresh Prince episode where Ashley goes and works at the corn dog restaurant, then you know what I'm talking about. Churn, baby, churn. But this flywheel, it will take some initial effort to get it going, but it starts to compound on itself and it starts to get bigger over time and move faster also. And the energy that you put into it prior gets it moving in the future. That's how you actually get more done by working less, and you start to get this flywheel effect right here, right? By implementing this with, get smaller. But you don't scale noise, you scale simplicity. And I'm telling you, this right here is super simple, and simple scales and fancy fails. It's all that fancy stuff that people are trying to do that is failing for them. And they're trying to do more, and they're trying to do more and more and more and more, and keep wondering why they're not getting any results. But the answer is actually focusing in, locking in on one problem, and doing less by building a system. And I'm telling you, for every hour you spend optimizing your system, it will pay you 10 times more than starting something new. So if you want to go full time, you systemize before you scale, and you'll see that you actually have to do less content and you'll be making way more. And you really need to understand this. Authority outweighs algorithm. Authority beats algorithm every time. So, like right here, people, they're always complaining about the algorithm. Oh, the algorithm hates me. Oh, I can't get any views. Oh, I can't get any subscribers. Oh, I can't get any likes. Oh, the algorithm, YouTube won't show my stuff to anybody. Well, it's because you are not making content for your avatar, branding yourself as an authority. Because anytime somebody thinks algorithm, they're thinking that it's some mystical creature out there, right? Algorithm is just people. So anytime you think algorithm, remove that word, ball it up like a piece of paper, do a little shimmy, shoot a fadeaway and say, Kobe, into the nearest trash can. Because algorithm is just people. And who do people want to watch? People, including yourself, you watch an authority. The only reason that you are watching me right now is because you view me as an authority figure that can actually help you build your income, impact, and influence online. That's the only reason why you're watching me right now. Outside the fact I know I'm a little handsome, but take that out the equation. I know that that comes in second, right? You're listening to me first because I am a branded authority within a space. And then you might stay a little longer just because I might be a little handsome. But authority is the answer. Not likes, not views. It's perceived expertise. That's why you got to teach everything that you know. And people, they're so scared to teach stuff on YouTube because they don't believe that they're the expert. But people, they don't teach because they're experts. People become the expert because they teach. So think about it. Why does every single expert to you come across as an expert? Why do you view every single authority on the subject as an authority? Well, you only view them that way simply because they teach about it publicly. And people don't view you in that way because you don't teach about it publicly like everybody else does, because you think you have to be at some super high guru, Mensa level of super guru, expertness of experts before you can teach something. But you have something in you right now that you can teach. And guess what? If you're at a level 1, you can help people that are at a level 0. If you're at a level 3, you can help people that are at a level 1 and a 2. All that you have to be is just a few steps ahead of the people that you're helping. And that's why you will forever be able to be paid as long as you are working on yourself, your personal development, your mindset, and acquiring new skills over time, because there's always going to be new people coming along behind you that don't know the stuff that you know. And for every problem that you solve with the marketplace, that is just going to lead to more problems that you can come up with a solution for also. So just think about this. You have a problem, right? But with that problem, it has a solution that you're going to come up with, because if something doesn't have a solution, then it's not a problem. It just is what it is, right? But then guess what? From that solution, it's going to come up with more problems, because every single time you learn how to do something, there's always new problems that arise. I buy a house, cool. I've solved my problem. I now have shelter. Well, now I need somewhere to sleep. Okay, I need a bed. Oh, new solution. Now I need covers. Oh, new problem. I do want to watch a little TV because I don't want a TV in my room because I've only designated my room to sleep. Well, I need a couch so I can sit and watch TV. Like, it's like this with anything in business. It's like this with anything in life. You get in shape, cool. But now you have all these problems that will arise from you wanting to maintain your health, right? So with this new problem, you're going to have a new solution, right? This is business. This is why you only have to be a few steps ahead of somebody that you're helping, because even though you've helped them, they are going to come up with new problems. And that's why you need to constantly be working on yourself and your craft and your personal development, so you can always help those people. And so you can continue to be the perceived expert. Because when people believe you know your stuff, they'll buy from you, even if your content isn't viral, because they don't care about who's getting the most views. They care about who knows how to solve their problem. And they want to buy a solution from somebody that they know, like, and trust in order to solve their problem. So here's how you build this. Start with your story, right? Then you teach about things that you know, not things that you think. You teach about things that you've done, not things that you've heard. You want to show proof, right? You want to show those receipts. Talk in frameworks, not fluff. And say things that scare you a little bit, right? Say some things that may offend some people. Say some things that you truly believe that go against the norms of the masses, because that's where your power lives. Your power lives in being polarizing, right? You don't want to fit in. You don't want to blend in with everybody else. You want to stick out like a sore thumb. And think about any public figure, or think about any authority that you perceive in any aspect, in any niche, right? No matter how big or small. They're typically polarizing figures. And that's why I go back to our avatar, and we only need to be focusing and locked in on our avatar. We don't need to be out here trying to please everybody. That's why all these content creators out here broke, because they're trying to please everybody. I don't want to please everybody. I don't try not one single itsy bitsy bit of a spider to please everybody. Actually, in every single piece of content that I produce, I'm doing something within the first minute of that video, if not couple minutes of that video, to shield people away, to tell people to stop watching my stuff if it is not for them. I make sure that I do something to filter people out of my content, because I don't want everybody within my ecosystem. I want you to watch my stuff, not them. I say stuff time to time to offend some people. Guess what? It's on purpose, because I don't want you watching my stuff. I do things that other people think is weird, and they let me know that they don't like certain stuff that I do in my comments. So guess what? You can go watch somebody else, because my stuff, it ain't for them, it's for you. So if you're thinking about saying some stuff and you're like, oh man, everybody ain't gonna like this, say it, because your people are gonna like it. And you don't need everybody to believe what you're saying, but you need people to believe that you believe what you're saying. That's all it is. But authority isn't given, it's claimed through clarity, consistency, and conviction. If you're not owning your expertise, someone else is getting paid for it. Now let me spell out your first $20,000 a month creator blueprint as simple as I can. 5 quick steps. So 1, proof. Document your process, help people. Offer. One digital product solving one painful problem for your one avatar on one channel. Then, system. Remember, saving yourself time, energy, and money. Create this system to funnel people into your system so you can get those flywheel effects going, so you can actually start to make more while working less. Then, you optimize. Remember, don't pivot, you optimize. A lot of people, they have this mistake, right? They pivot instead of doubling down and optimizing what's working. Don't get bored with it, get paid with it. And then own it, right? Own it. Build that authority. Step into that authority. Don't be scared to sell. And this simple 5 steps right here is how you get numbers coming in online in your business, like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this credit at the top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only a few bucks a day to join right now, literally less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description and tap in. And I see you on my coaching call this Wednesday. But I'm telling you, this stuff, it's really simple, and simple scales and fancy fails. But if you can do this, if you can stay focused, and if you can build your system and build your machine, you won't need a viral moment. You'll build predictable income from predictable impact. Now, that's real leverage. And most people won't do this. They'll keep scrolling, they'll keep tweaking, they'll keep restarting, but you're not most people if you're still watching this video to this point. You're a builder, you're a leader, you just needed a path, and now you got it. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. Now, I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. Go ahead and check out this video right here for a 5-step, step-by-step system to make your first 7 figures online. It's credited at the top.